Hey everyone, I'm Jack. I've got some babies here from this Opuntia microdasys albata, angel's wings, and I'm going to be planting those up. So this Opuntia microdasys albata, or is it microdasys? Microdasys, anyway, the angel's wings. You saw this in my September update video. It had some babies coming off the top on both of these pads. And normally I wouldn't do something like this time of year, being so close to our first frost date. Even though these are indoors, I do try and get the room as cold as I can to put them into dormancy in the hopes that they'll flower in the spring. So normally I would have done something like this in the spring, but I couldn't help myself. I felt like they were getting a little bit too tall for this pad in this pot. It's kind of a small pot. I wouldn't feel comfortable transplanting this now and then, trying to induce dormancy, and I would fear that it wouldn't make it. So I do run that risk with these babies as well. They could very well not root. We do have about a month left before dormancy comes. So my hope is that I can get these in and planted and rooted in that month's time. Another option is I can keep these babies and some of the other plants that I have just recently planted in a warmer area and not induce dormancy on them, and try and grow them out till the spring, and then the following season try and induce that cold weather period for them. And I don't know, maybe there's something else to this, but I seem to be sort of drawn to Opuntias. I feel like I might have a cactus crush on Opuntias. I look on my rack and more I'm getting Opuntias. I'm just naturally drawn to them apparently, so maybe that's part of the reason I'm doing this now. I don't know, like I might have a cactus crush, or I just might want to get my hands in some soil and get these babies planted. So let's go ahead and get started. So I've already put some gravel in these pots. I've discovered in a couple of my videos that when you do this while you're recording, the sound of the gravel going into these pots is horrible. It sounds really bad. So I just went ahead and put them in now. Sort of just like any other cutting that you've seen me do, I'm just going to put in soil in this pot. I don't really need to fill it all the way to the very top. Just enough to have the cutting sit in there. You don't want to bury the cutting, and so that's why I'm not going to fill it all the way to the top and then push the cutting all the way down. You just don't need to do that. I'm definitely going to use these forceps because these have velvety soft little spines, and I accidentally brushed into it once and about 1 billion of them dislodged into my finger, and it really was uncomfortable. So I'm just going to kind of place it in, maybe about 1/4 of an inch, and I'm going to put this one in here. I might just move this over a little bit, and oops, sorry about that little pad. Oops. They are very tipsy. Let me try and get you better situated in here. So I think what I'm going to have to do is, like I did with the other Opuntias, I'm going to have to put some gravel to kind of hold those pads in place. So it's probably going to make that horrible gravel on plastic sound. It'd be helpful if I could get it into the pot. I haven't quite found the best way to put gravel in without spilling it all over the table. So I don't need a whole lot. I just need, oops, let me not use my finger. I just need some to kind of hold them in place. And I think that's going to do pretty well. I went ahead and put 2 in this pot I'm running a little bit low on small pots. A helpful tip is these little, what are they? 3-inch, 2-inch pots that you get from the garden center that your succulents and cacti come in. They make great baby starting pots. You don't need to put in a lot of soil to fill them. They're free, they're small. You don't need a giant pot anyway, so it's kind of a win-win. So I save all these little ones, and I have babies started in them, I have pads, I have all kinds of little different things started in them. So just a handy tip, if you get these little pots, save them and you can reuse them. Alright, so I have this little teeny baby here that sort of resembles a heart. You can see that at the top, kind of cute. And I'll just kind of plop that in there. And then I will put this larger pad over here. And let me try putting in some gravel with this and see if that makes it any easier. Do not use your finger. I think that worked out pretty well. So there is the second one, little heart shape in the front, a larger pad in the back. I'll just put this over here for now and grab the last one. Soil. And these little pads here. Got a kitty cat hair on it. Get that off. This one's a little curvy. It does not want to stay. There we go. Pardon the gravel noise again. One of the great things about growing cacti and succulents is the amount of babies you get that you can propagate. So from this, I say one mother plant, but I guess technically it's two. There's two pads in here. So from this mother, the two pads, I got 6 little babies. And so now I have many Opuntia microdasys albata, angel's wings, and that's kind of cool. It's neat to have something that just produces more and more babies, and you can either keep them and make your collection, grow from that, or you can give them away to friends, or you could even sell them, I guess, if you had that means, if you had that avenue, that you could make a little bit of money doing that. So there it is, this mom here, I'm going to leave into this pot, and I will put her into dormancy, and then come next spring I'm going to transplant this into a little bit bigger pot. The babies, like I said, I will probably try and keep warm and not let them get too cold, so that they can continue to root, and then next spring they should be good to go. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, click that thumbs up for me. Subscribe to see more videos. And until the next time, thanks for watching.